Welcome to this explainer. If you're sitting in the C-suite, running compliance, or serving on a corporate board, consider this your high-value strategy briefing. Today, we're unpacking a massive shift in how businesses have to navigate global AI regulation and board oversight mandates. We are cutting right through the noise to give you the exact framework you need to present to your board, backed by the latest data and regulatory shifts.
Let's kick things off with a massive number to understand the urgency here: 48%. According to the latest research from the EY Center for Board Matters analyzing Fortune 100 filings, nearly half of these massive enterprises now specifically cite AI risk as part of their board oversight responsibilities. That is a huge jump from just 16% last year. It tells us pretty clearly that AI governance has officially graduated from a standard IT concern to a primary boardroom mandate. And how is that oversight actually taking shape? Well, 40% of those Fortune 100 companies have gone way beyond just talking about AI. They've formally assigned AI oversight to a specific board-level committee. In most cases, this lands squarely on the audit committee. This sets a very clear expectation for executive preparedness. Basically, if your board hasn't asked you for a formalized AI risk report yet, trust me, they're going to.
All right, here's our roadmap for today to build a coherent AI reporting strategy. We'll cover the boardroom AI mandate, the global compliance patchwork, assessing ADMT materiality, state versus international transparency, the unified governance strategy, and finally, actionable board steps. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The Boardroom AI Mandate.
So what exactly are boards demanding right now? The data shows they aren't looking for vague reassurances. They want rigorous, formal alignment. 36% of companies are now disclosing AI as a separate risk factor in their 10K filings. Even more telling, a staggering 73% openly disclose their alignment with external standardized frameworks like NIST CSF 2.0 or ISO 27001. Oh, and 58%, they're running regular cybersecurity tabletop simulations to prep for AI and cyber threats. Your reporting posture absolutely has to match this level of rigor.
Section 2. The Global Compliance Patchwork.
Now let's zoom out to the macro-level threat environment you're managing. If it feels like AI rules literally change overnight, well, you're not crazy. We are currently tracking 120 named AI regulations across over 31 countries. And this isn't just theoretical legislation for down the road. 92 of these are actively enforced right now. It's like trying to play 3D chess where the rules swap out every single time you make a move. The sheer scale of this multi-jurisdictional challenge is exactly what's keeping general counsels and chief compliance officers awake at night.
This brings us to a massive core tension in global compliance. On one hand, you have the EU AI Act, a single comprehensive regulation that classifies all systems by risk level, packing massive penalties up to 35 million euros or 7% of global turnover. On the other hand, you have the US approach. There's no single federal law. Instead, it's this incredibly fragmented patchwork of state laws and sector-specific guidance where penalties hit at the state level. You are basically being forced to manage two completely opposite regulatory philosophies at the exact same time.
Section 3. Assessing ADMT Materiality.
So how do we actually handle this at the enterprise level? Let's use Colorado's recent, frankly dramatic, legislative reset as our prime test case. They just repealed their EU-style AI Act and swapped it for a disclosure and rights framework under Senate Bill 26-189. This new law zeroes in on what they call covered ADMT, automated decision-making technology. The big trigger for compliance here is whether this tech is used to materially influence a consequential decision, like employment or lending. The entire regulatory center of gravity in the U.S. state model has shifted away from back-end algorithmic accountability and heavily toward procedural transparency for the consumer.
Let's turn this into a practical framework for your internal audits. Step 1. You have to map every single ADMT tool across your enterprise tech stack. Step 2. Test each tool. Does it materially influence consequential outcomes? Meaning, does it rank, score, or constrain human choices? And Step 3. Filter out the exemptions. Laws like Colorado's specifically carve out low-stakes operations like routine fraud prevention, basic cybersecurity, or simple spreadsheets. This process is exactly how you pinpoint which systems actually require board-level attention and which don't.
Section 4. State versus international transparency.
Now that we've dug into the granular state level, let's zoom all the way back out. Where do these overlapping rules converge, and where do they totally clash? Well, at the highest international level, we have the G7 Hiroshima Process International Guiding Principles. Set up in 2023, these principles are heavily focused on the organizations developing the absolute most advanced AI systems and foundation models. Their end game is global systemic safety and trustworthiness.
When you contrast those two approaches, the divergence is pretty wild. The G7 Hiroshima process is all about systemic transparency, public transparency reports, content authentication like watermarking, and sharing critical incident data across industries. In stark contrast, U.S. state-level mandates like those in Colorado or California are hyper-focused on the individual consumer. They mandate clear deployer notice right at the point of interaction, post-adverse outcome disclosures, and the right to request a meaningful human review. One is playing for global safety, the other is laser-focused on local consumer rights.
Section 5. The Unified Governance Strategy.
Synthesizing these competing demands is arguably the hardest job an executive has right now. But the crucial point is this strategy, which serves as the ultimate blueprint for multinationals. Build to the EU AI Act standard, then add US-specific overlays. One program, not two. Because the EU standard is currently the strictest and most comprehensive, building your foundational compliance architecture to meet it will naturally satisfy the vast majority of lighter US state requirements. You just sprinkle in the specific local consumer notices as overlays. Doing it this way literally eliminates massive amounts of duplicate work.
So tactically, what should you be doing today? First, whatever you do, do not dismantle your existing risk management programs just because a state like Colorado pivoted. Those impact assessments are still globally vital. Second, you need to continually reassess your ADMT scope as new state laws pass. Third, do not bank on federal preemption saving you. We've seen federal pushback on state laws, sure, but Congress hasn't passed a preemptive federal standard yet. And finally, keep a very close eye on state attorney general rulemakings because they are going to define the exact mechanics of these new laws.
Section 6. Actionable Board Reporting Steps. We're at the final leg of our briefing. Let's translate this unified strategy into a rock-solid presentation for your CEO and board of directors. If you're advising the board next week, here is your playbook. Step 1. Explicitly map your internal AI policies to established, recognized frameworks like NIST CSF 2.0 or ISO. Boards absolutely love established frameworks because they prove objective diligence. Step 2. Ensure your legal teams are updating 10K risk factors to accurately reflect not just AI deployment, but the geopolitical and regulatory volatility surrounding it. And Step 3. Get your executive team into a room and run those tabletop readiness simulations. You really do not want a regulatory audit or a deployed AI failure to be the first time your executive team tries to figure out how to respond.
I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought to chew on. When you look at the escalating enforcement timelines, especially as massive frameworks like the EU AI Act and Colorado's new laws come into full force, is your board's AI governance strategy actually ready for 2027? The time to build your unified, framework-aligned reporting posture is right now. Thanks so much for joining this explainer, and hey, good luck in the boardroom.